I'm Erin, Creative Director of On-Air Promotions at Travel Channel, and I'm here with the man, Don Wildman.
Hey!
We're here shooting a promo for the new season of Mysteries at the Museum, and we thought we'd kind of show you around, answer some questions, talk about the new season, and really get some FaceTime with Don. Cool?
Excellent.
Yay! I'm gonna give it away to Don.
Hey guys, Team Wildman and all the rest of you out there, and all the mystery at the museumers. So we're doing a promo for the next couple new seasons right now out on Staten Island in New York. Really cool place. And we thought you'd like to know what we do behind the scenes and what's coming up on the new season, and just a general Q&A that's going to happen here, right? Right. So so feel free to write in with some questions and keep the conversation going for the next 10 minutes. Oh my Lord, 10 minutes.
All right, first question for you, Don, from Madison. What is the best part about working on the show?
The best part is learning the stuff I learn. I mean, this is a museum show. You know, it's about museums and it's about knowledge, and I really, really like the work that's done on the show that takes stories that some of which you even know and finds a new angle and a twist on things. And I really love it when I read on social media that people get it too, and they like the fact that that kind of learning is being done. Best thing of all are parents sitting with their kids and teaching their kids about times they grew up in, and kids being curious about history. I know it sounds corny, but that's really important to me, and really thrilling to know it happens on our show. Next question.
Awesome. Tiffany, what's your favorite museum article
Tiffany,
you talked about?
My favorite museum article is coming up on the season, and I'll tell you about it. It's called the Stimoceiver, which is a wacky thing that was a brain implant. Not a good idea for anybody. A scientist put this thing into a raging bull's brain and was able to operate him like a video game. Crazy. And that's the kind of stuff we do on the show all the time, as you who've watched the show a lot know. This is my favorite of the new season. Stimoceivers. We should all get them.
All right, Lori, how do you come up with story ideas?
Story ideas are generated all kinds of ways. You guys send them in to me sometimes, and I pass them right along. I feel very, proprietary about that process. It's really cool. I go out to museums a lot. I go through archives. When I show up in a museum, it's pretty easy to get a tour of an archive, being the guy from Mysteries at the Museum, and that's very special. 95% of museum holdings are behind closed doors, so our museum gives them a chance to show those off. We also have to do our own research, and there's a lot of people in New York City who are constantly on the phones and tracking down these stories. So it's different kinds of ways, but a lot of it comes from people like you. Thanks, Tiffany.
She also says she loves the show.
She loves the show. Well, I love that you love the show.
Thank you, Tiffany. All right, here we go. Fans of D. Wildman, what is the most profound experience that has changed you while you've been hosting the show?
Wow. Oh, gosh. It's got to be a cumulative thing. You know, my favorite part of doing TV is working with the crews that I work with, and the people at the channel, and all these people. I mean, that's what builds up over time, is a sense of trust and collaboration. That's the most profound part of it, is to have a real sense of teamwork and a community, you know, that we're all doing this thing together. It extends to people who watch the show. I mean, that's the beauty of social media. It happened before without it, but now especially, it's all sort of a big family who's doing this thing, keeping this ship sailing, really, is what's happening. It's not common to see a show about history, a show about museums, and it takes a village, someone once said, and that's indeed what we're doing here, keeping that going. Speaking of village, I'm sitting in Video Village. Okay, that's what you call the video station where all the important people watch what I do on TV and make decisions about it. And they're setting up the next shot back there. We're taking a little break here for this interview, but it's ongoing right now. The exciting Hollywood stuff is happening. Yes, next question.
It is. All right, Mike, the big #1 question, what is your favorite museum?
That's a good question. I mean, it depends on the subject matter. If you're in if an art museum and it's an international art museum, I go straight to Florence and go to the Uffizi, you know, because that's just a great atmosphere to be in. The Musée d'Orsay, which is in Paris, same deal. For natural history, I can't help it. I'm loyal to the Natural History Museum right here in New York. It's just so historic, and Teddy Roosevelt's a big hero of mine. But then you go to design stuff, and you go to Cooper Hewitt in New York, or out to Chicago. There's so many great art museums. don't get me started. I mean, I found some fantastic museums in Davenport, Iowa a couple of weeks ago, and the Putnam Museum out there has some amazing mummies of all things in the middle of Iowa. So it's pretty cool how this country has made this a priority, and we're just kind of tapping into that resource.
Awesome.
Yes.
Janet, have you picked up any foreign languages in all of your
Hi,
travels?
Janet. My foreign languages are terrible. I apologize. I really, seriously feel a major shortcoming as a result of this. And any young kids who are watching, or their parents who can talk to them, tell them, learn it. Early on, learn a foreign language. I, for one, am a guy in my 50s, and I'm regretting it. I mean, I would be having a better life if I knew Spanish, French, German, anything. And I don't. I'm sorry.
Allison wants to know what your favorite city is in the U.S.
Oh, that's interesting. Presently, my favorite city is Portland, Maine. It changes, as it does for everybody. I like smaller cities these days because I'm an older person. And I've had my decades of living in New York and LA and having a good time of that. But I really like towns where I can get to know people and get to know how they work. My big dream in life, this is news to all of us, is that I want to be a mayor of a small village. That's my big goal. And these guys don't even know. I have the desire to actually know how to pass like a sewer act, or like how to, like whatever they call it. I don't even know what the issues are, but the town issues fascinate me. So I'm hoping to become a mayor of a town. That's really like a big goal of mine. It's insane, but I think I would. Oh, another question coming in.
Question coming in live from Tony. What is your favorite period of history?
Oh, interesting. Good idea. Good question. The ones I don't know enough about really is the best answer, but they all kind of are around the Civil War time. My dad was a major Civil War fiend. He took us to all the battlefields on the East Coast and South, and so I was really kind of sunk into that history as a kid. But on either side of that, you have the Gilded Age and the antebellum and all that sort of thing. And I love that stuff because I keep learning more and more about these presidents, especially who were like phenomenal people and had these incredible eras of history that we don't really talk about anymore, which I find to be kind of embarrassing. The 1830s. Who can tell me what happened in the 1830s? Nobody. And yet we should know. It all led to the 1860s, which was really important. So that's the fascination of history for me, as I say often, connecting dots and filling in the blanks and stuff, and the jigsaw puzzle. I like to fill these spaces up.
I love it. All right, Karen wants to know about Josh Gates. If Travel Channel would ever allow you to work together,
that is funny.
What would you like to do?
Here's a scoop. He just texted me and said, "You want to have a drink?" and he happens to be in the city right now, so I probably going to see him in about an hour. I will pass your question on to him, and we have talked about that. Quite honestly, the two of us have. You must understand it's a big, complicated thing running a international television outlet. So we are but cogs in the gears. Gears in the cogs?
Yeah.
And so we don't make those decisions necessarily, but we can sure, knock on doors. Next question. We'd love to, though. That would be fun. I like Josh a lot. He's a good man. He's a smart guy, and imagine the heat between us. It's exciting to think of.
Lori wants to know, how long does it take to film just one episode?
Lori, very good question. Thank you. It's a combination of different shooting. If you watch the show closely, you've got me, you've got reenactments, you've got archival, and you've got interviews, okay? So that's like 4 different things. And so all of those things happen in their own time, sometimes more compressed than others. I'd say roughly 3 to 6 months before you see what we thought of 6 months before.
Lindsay, quick
I'm
question.
loving this. This is like, I'm talking to this tiny little thing right here. And it's like crazy.
They're all here.
All these
We're
people
all
are,
with you.
yeah.
What Lindsay wants to know what your favorite wild fruit is.
Oh.
Just normal.
Well, I once planted a whole grove, if you call it that, a grove of blueberries. I guess no.
Yeah. Field?
A bog, I don't know.
Strawberry field?
I planted a bunch of blueberry bushes years before, and then they actually produced fruit. I couldn't believe it. And I plucked them every year and I ate them, and so I bonded with those wild blueberries. And today I found out they're major in antioxidants, so I would say blueberries are my favorite wild fruit.
And the piece de resistance, the last question. We hear you have a new jacket.
Oh, I do have a new jacket. And it's so exciting that you should ask. The whole point of this new season was to sort of update the show, Same old good content, same old host. But look at this. This is the actual jacket, which is so cool. Isn't it nice? It's leather. It's black. Come in for a close-up. Yes, it's oh, feel it. Isn't that nice? It's very fancy. And you know, in general, we just kind of polished the setup. Quiet on the set! We polished the setup and made it a little sparser, a little less artifacty in the actual thing. But we got a new jacket. So thank you for watching. I'm going away now. But
We do Season Search Friday,
yeah, what she said.
9 o'clock. This man,
Watch it
Don
all the
Wildman.
time, and we'll do this again soon. I
Yes,
really enjoyed this.
absolutely.
Thanks, guys, for watching. Bye.
Thank you.